Morning everyone. I wanted to tell you about how I actually got into playing guitar. Now, this started when I was in school, and I remember seeing one of my fellow classmates in a music lesson. He turned up with an electric guitar, and I thought to start with, wow, this is amazing. I've never seen an electric guitar before. Um, let alone, sort of hear what it sounded like or anything like that. So he got up and he played the song Wonderwall by Oasis. Um, I remember just being absolutely mesmerised and blown away by this. Just how you could get that sort of sound from this sort of cool looking instrument. I didn't know anything about the guitar. All I knew is that I absolutely loved it. I loved the way sort of strummed the chords and how it just managed to project this sort of fantastic, beautiful sound. Now, this wasn't even distorted. This was all sort of done clean on electric. So, yeah, it inspired me to ask my parents to um, yeah, get me a guitar, really. And I did ask them for quite some time until they actually gave in. And for Christmas, to my joy, I opened up a present, and it was a sort of like a starter pack. So um, in the UK, we've got an Argos store, and I believe it's from Argos, and it was about 50, £60, and it might have been a bit more than that. It's a Fender Squire and a little mini practice amp. So I never actually learned on acoustic guitar to start with. It was straight in with the electric. And then they got me guitar lessons through my school, which I was probably in about sort of year 8 at the time. So I would have been around, oh, I don't know how old I would have been, but yeah, year 8 at school, and I started having lessons. Now I remember that it was learning on Spanish music on a classical acoustic guitar. Now, what I found really interesting about this is the first lesson, and it was kind of unnatural because the teacher said about how to sit and with your posture, and had this sort of raised sort of step, and it was sort of to have my left leg up and the guitar was up like this, because it was learning Spanish sort of flamenco guitar music, and I felt that really, really sort of, it didn't feel quite natural, felt really unusual for me. So I learnt this way for a little bit, and it was reading like, sheet music, this kind of thing, and it completely overwhelmed me, and I really panicked. And I went on like that for a bit, and I struggled. I had the books, and the teacher was, I felt almost ashamed that I wasn't picking it up quick enough, and the teacher kind of made me feel a bit of that shame as well. So I ended up started dreading the lessons. Anyway, I got to the point where I wanted to sort of quit, and this is when I was starting to hear like more Oasis, like on the radio. The radio was only sort of like the radios and CDs, which is what we would have. So it was one of my first sort of CDs that I purchased from HMV. Might have been HMV or Woolworths. I'm really showing my age now. So yeah, I was listening to Oasis on, and I think on TV, I'd like MTV, and I'd see, or The Box was another channel, and I'd see these Oasis videos come on, and I saw this frontman, Liam Gallagher. And again, I was like, oh, it's that Wonderwall song, and I was like, oh, I've got to really like check this band out. And I kind of sort of did a deep dive into Oasis, got their album Morning Glory, and I got my first guitar tablature book. The guitar tabs are basically where they show you the guitar neck, and they show you which numbers on the guitar string to hold down to get different melodies and different sounds. And so I got the Oasis Morning Glory, and I thought I'd get another one by a band called Radiohead, and their album specifically, The Bends, because it was their debut album, and I think I got it for like a deal, a special deal, getting the two guitar books. So I thought I quite fancy having a go at some Oasis songs. So I took them to guitar lesson, and my guitar teacher looked at me and he was like, "No, we're not doing this. We're going to be doing Spanish songs. You've got to be on this particular path, you know." And I was like, I think he did entertain maybe one or two songs, but he was like, "Now we need to go back to these Spanish songs." So I actually started learning, obviously, Spanish music. Really, I'm glad that I did, because it's another sort of genre style to sort of apply to your playing. So it's a lot of finger picking as well as sort of chords and strumming. So I sort of started out that way. But holding the guitar that way didn't work out for me, so I ended up using it on my right leg. So basically, I decided to not do the guitar lessons anymore, and I think I ended up, I might have moved or something, so I kind of appreciate that, because I stepped out of that and I started to teach myself. Now, I found it difficult with reading the guitar tablature, and I always found it easier to pick it up by ear. So I'd look at a few chords and stuff, but I found that I could actually work out the sound. Just say if I'd hear Wonderwall, or I don't know, Rock and Roll Star off Oasis, Definitely Maybe, or anything off Morning Glory, because they use the same sort of power chords which go up the guitar neck. I was able to work it out by ear. So, and I realised that I could do that for quite a lot of songs. So I then sort of inspired my brother to buy a bass guitar. So he started to learn bass. Again, no lessons, all by ear, and we'd sort of have little practice jams together. We then got into downloading free music software and worked out how to piece this all together, writing, experimental with electronic like sounds and programming drums and everything. And before long, I was writing my own songs. I sort of transferred. I didn't have an acoustic guitar, only the ones that I had in the lesson was my exposure. But I did have my Fender Squire, which I absolutely love, that little guitar. And I was just sort of experimenting with writing my own music, and then I'd record it, and then I got into sort of, well, this sounds good. I'd mix add the drum beat to it, drum loops, and create my own songs basically. And I've been doing that for years now. Still actually using the same music software. It's free, called Cakewalk by BandLab, and I highly recommend it. Like I say, completely free. Very self-explanatory when you sort of install it. You can program drums in. I've got like a little box where I can connect my guitar to. So anyway, we did that. So my brother started playing bass, and I was writing all these songs, and we thought, do you know what? He said, I've got a friend who's interested in singing. He's massively into Oasis as well. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And we decided to get together and discuss about getting a band together. So, and we were going to be an Oasis covers band, which, and by this time I'd sort of, my brother got me into more sort of 90s music, Stone Roses, The Charlatans, all that sort of Britpop, Blur, all of it. And I absolutely loved it. So I was kind of learning all these sort of songs, as well as coming up with my own melodies and my own music. And we booked a studio in London, like a rehearsal studio, and myself, my brother, and our friends who wanted to give vocals a go, and we met up, and we gave it a try, and I'll work out a few of the Oasis songs, and he would sing, and it was not great at all, but it was so fun, and we then recruited another friend who fancied a go at having drums, and it kind of went a bit like this for quite some time. And then I started to introduce my own sort of melodies and songs and ideas to practices, and he started playing that. And then myself and my brother would sort of experiment with sort of vocals as well, and we put our own, because we were singing the songs for the covers, but I started bringing in my own words. So I started getting to writing. Listened to a lot of Placebo at the time, so it's quite a big inspiration for lyric writing. And it's one of the things that I sort of struggle with, coming up with words and songs. Always had an ear for like melody, like a melody for like to sort of go potential vocals to go over my music. But I've always struggled with knowing what to write about the topic. So that was really interesting to me. But I have written lyrics, and I have got songs that have got full lyrics. They just don't get that much exposure, and I kind of keep them to myself. So that's interesting. So yeah, between me and my brother, I'd write lyrics, he'd write lyrics, and we'd swap singing duties, and we'd, and before long we got our own original band together. And yeah, the band was called the Black Russians, named after a cocktail after a night out. That's how inspiration comes to you at the time, and it certainly did for us. And the band, the singer moved to bass guitar, so we had a guy at bass, so he sort of self-taught himself. My brother picked up a little bit of electric guitar as well, and I was primarily on lead guitar, so I switched between lead and rhythm. My brother was a little bit of rhythm, like the odd chord, so he's sort of learning to sort of sing, and so was I as well. But we'd mainly sort of share vocal duties, and we would write and play, and got another friend who was he'd come to rehearsals and he'd sort of help out, kind of like a roadie kind of. And we convinced him to sort of have a go on drums. Just do drums, just do drums. And he couldn't play, but we all knew that. But he gave it a go anyway. And we got our first gig, and we played a venue in London, and our friends came along, and we did, it was really a real big sort of hype, and we were like, we've made it, we are big time, and so very different, so far from what we expected. So we played a gig, and I think it was mainly Oasis covers, and I think my brother wasn't actually singing this one. It might have actually been the original singer on vocals, and yeah, it was pretty poor, I must say, but we did it, and I thought we were like the best thing, because I think I introduced about 2 of my own songs. Now, there's no greater feeling than when you've been going through a guitar journey like I have, and then you have your first gig with your friends, and you've got other friends coming to watch you, and you're playing on stage. It really felt like I was living the dream. And to be honest, I kind of was, and it inspired me to have multiple bands, which I have advanced over the years. Now I'm currently in a covers band only, but I still do the songwriting, the same method. I still learn by ear, and do you know what? What I wanted to get across in this video is that it really doesn't matter if you have guitar lessons or if you don't. If you've got that passion and that belief, you can work it out. Look at what I did. I certainly found my way. It does take time, don't get me wrong, and it can be difficult. And there's lots of challenges along the way. But if you just take things slow, and if you're passionate about it and you enjoy it, then I'd say go for it. I hope you find this motivating and maybe a little bit inspiring. I have launched a school community, and it's for beginner guitarists. Maybe like yourself, you may be somebody who's stopped for a while. You may be somebody who has come back to it. Maybe even intermediate, maybe even advanced. It doesn't matter. I've got a community. It's open to all who are passionate about guitar and music, and I'd love you to join. I also do one-to-one teaching, one-to-one coaching, if you need that little bit of extra help. But the free community is literally for people to come along and just interact, share songs, share videos. We have live calls, we have one-to-one sessions, group sessions. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And yeah, if you're interested in that, please join. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love you to do that. I'm doing regular content. I do my YouTube shorts, my long form content, still working it all out there, but your support would be much appreciated. Well, thanks very much for listening, and I will see you in another video.